Hi, this is John, and this is week 24 of Brave Eduardo's devlog. And this week, we're gonna keep on doing what we did last time, and we're gonna specifically and mainly only talk about our game. Before that, I do have a question since Annie is writing the story, and I would like to get some opinion from you guys because I think it's curious and also culturally relevant to our current society. What is more evil? A lawful but greedy corporatist or capitalist, or a lawless and chaotic anarchist? I hope that there aren't. I hope all the names doesn't make it too complicated. But lawful but greedy corporate capitalist versus a lawless chaotic anarchist. Which one is worse, and which one makes you hate them so much that it's worthy to be one of our enemies and or evil bad guy? Just question. So let us know in the comments below. So this week we mainly focus on the wildlife. Dhruv actually spent most of the week working on wildlife, giving them behavior patterns, making them do what they like to do, eating stuff. We have our new set of wildlife system that we had planned before but never got to work on. We have the rabbos. They're like little rabbit things, and they eat grass and they also poop. You can also feed them food, and he will poop different kind of poop if you feed him different kind of things, which is kind of cute. We have Giz, which we had before, the guy that comes out from the bottom. He actually eats rabbos, and if you hit him, he actually does some sort of explosion. And finally, we have a new wildlife called Raiko, and these guys are kind of like boars. And while I don't actually know what they eat, I think we're still working on it. But what's cool about them is you can actually grab onto their tail, and they will bring you around. So what we're doing is the wildlife. What we're trying to focus on is the three aspects of our game, which is climbing, cooking, and combat. So each of these enemies have each of these wildlife has one interaction with one of our core mechanics, which I think is a good idea, which I like. Aside from that, I've been working on more of Brave Eduardo's animation. Now he eats, and I think he eats in a very cute way. I did do Raiko. That took a long time, but seems like my way of doing frame by frame plus skeletal animation does seem to work out. I think the head is a little bit too... The head is not as interesting, when it tilts and stuff. I think it could use like 2 more frames just to smooth it out. But another thing that I did which I think I'm very proud of, just saying I'm very proud of, is the new newspaper. So it's you will get, as Eduardo, you will get a newspaper every morning. So it signifies and tells players that the next day has arrived. And the second thing is it will tell you a series of information, probably just 3. We don't want to go more than 3. 1 commerce, 1 event-based, 1 commerce-based, 1 event-based, and 1 miscellaneous-based. And so since we have a newspaper, it's going to be more interesting. I'm going to put in a lot of Annie's writing, a lot of my own crappy writing, but hey, what kind of newspaper it is if it doesn't have some of these more controversial and crappy content, right? So we're going to look into that. And I think this is a good time when we talk a little bit about our patrons, which we have none right now because we haven't been promoting our Patreon. But it's not written in there yet. I think with the addition of newspapers, we are able to put in more user, or I would say eventually patron content into our newspaper. And I think that would be kind of fun. Probably won't be updated real time, but we'll collect a series of writing and maybe put it in. We don't know yet. We'll see what we want to do. Aside from that, I can't really remember what we have done. We do so much every single day that it's really hard to quantify. Oh yeah, we're working on a combo UI too, but that's not done yet. That still requires a lot of work. Oh, there's one big thing, and probably the last thing. I don't want to drag this devlog out too long. Is Dhruv and I came to the conclusion that combat, we probably might put in a dash animation, and we want the combat to be more fluid, fast-paced, and less about system, but more about feeling good when you do slash a lot of enemies. I've already doubled the speed of not doubled, 1.5% all the speed, 150% times all the attack speeds, and it already feels a lot better. Now if we can put in some sort of animation cancel while you're dashing, will probably make it more exciting. And that being said, we're most likely going to start working on the skill tree. Skill tree is going to enhance one of the all three that we just said: combat, cooking, and climbing. And all the skill trees will affect one of these three. So it's very tight knit all around these three core foundation pillars. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that will be the end of this week. Let me know if you guys actually like this kind of devlog where it's just short speed reporting of what we have done, or if you guys like to hear more about our what I did the past 20 weeks, which is more about our ideas of how we see life, game development, and all that stuff. Because I do know some people like that more and some people dislike that, and as a game dev it makes sense to not talk about what we think about life. So let us know, and in the comment, please comment or like and subscribe. Comment will be the best because it lets YouTube know that there are actually 1 people looking at our video. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.